When life delivers more than expected, the revolutionary power of birth. Support Halloween night 2012. A young woman's water breaks unexpectedly. No medical professionals in sight. No carefully crafted birth plan. Just a moment of pure, unfiltered human connection that would transform not just one life, but countless others. This is how Gusteen Sharpe's journey into the world of doula work began. Not with a certificate or a calling card, but with her hands literally catching her own grandchild as her son's girlfriend gave birth. Sometimes life's most profound purpose finds us in the most unexpected moments. I recently had the privilege of interviewing Gusteen for the Pink Parachute Diaries podcast, and her story struck me as nothing short of revolutionary. Gusteen is more than just a doula. She is a guardian of life's most vulnerable transitions, a warrior for maternal health equity, and a beacon of hope in a system that too often fails those who need it most. What began as an unexpected Halloween surprise blossomed into an 11-year career dedicated to transforming the birth experience for Black families across her community. But this isn't just about one woman's remarkable journey. It's about a critical gap in our healthcare system that affects thousands of lives every single day. Here's a statistic that should stop you in your tracks. Black birthing people in America are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from pregnancy related complications than their white counterparts. Let that sink in for a moment. 3 to 4 times more likely to die. This isn't ancient history. This isn't a problem happening somewhere else. This is happening right now in the wealthiest nation on earth, in state of the art hospitals with cutting edge technology. And yet, something as fundamental as bringing new life into the world remains disproportionately dangerous for Black families. When Gustine found herself unexpectedly supporting her son's girlfriend through labor, she discovered something profound: the power of presence. The medical instructions weren't working, the standard protocols weren't helping. What made the difference was having someone there who could adapt, who could provide personalized support, who could be fully present in that critical moment. That's what doulas do. They don't replace medical professionals, they complement them, they fill the gaps, they humanize an experience that has become increasingly clinical and detached. The National Black Doulas Association has been at the forefront of addressing this crisis, developing comprehensive training programs focused on holistic approaches to maternal health. Their work isn't limited to awareness weeks or hashtag campaigns, it's daily dedicated service to families in need. I want to share with you the story of their founding. It wasn't born in a boardroom or launched with a splashy PR campaign. It began with a group of Black birth workers sitting around a kitchen table, sharing stories of mothers they couldn't save, of near misses that haunted them, of systems that seemed designed to fail their communities. They were exhausted, heartbroken, and angry, but instead of giving up, they joined forces. What makes their approach so powerful is that it's rooted in both tradition and innovation. Black doulas, midwives, and lactation professionals have created educational programs that honor the history of Black and Brown birth workers while incorporating modern understanding of maternal health challenges. They've developed training that specifically addresses the unique stressors and complications that disproportionately affect Black birthing people. This isn't just nice to have. For many families, it's literally life saving. Imagine being in labor, one of the most vulnerable moments of your life, and feeling completely alone. Imagine being in pain, being afraid, and having no one to advocate for you. Imagine having questions, but being too intimidated to ask them. Imagine knowing something isn't right, but having your concerns dismissed. Now imagine the difference when you have someone by your side, someone who knows the system but works for you, someone who can explain what's happening in terms you understand, someone who can suggest position changes or comfort measures when the pain becomes overwhelming, someone who remembers your birth preferences when you're too exhausted to speak up. That's what Gustine provides for her clients. That's what doulas across the country provide every single day. During Black Maternal Health Week, initiatives highlight the particular challenges many birthing people face in hospital environments. I remember speaking with a mother who described giving birth in an ICU after complications. The harsh lights, the constant beeping, the parade of strangers at her bedside, it all felt overwhelming, almost hostile. I felt like I was being processed, not supported. She told me her doula transformed that environment. She brought battery operated candles to soften the lighting. She played gentle music to mask the hospital sounds. She advocated for privacy during intimate examinations. She explained each procedure in clear, compassionate language. She made that sterile room feel sacred, the mother recalled. She helped me find power in a place designed to make me feel powerless. The sterile, often intimidating atmosphere of medical settings can increase stress and anxiety, two things that can actually complicate labor and delivery. Doulas are trained to transform these environments. Something as simple as dimming harsh lights, playing calming music, or advocating for freedom of movement can dramatically improve the birth experience. These aren't luxuries, they're essential supports that can reduce the need for medical interventions and improve outcomes for both parent and child. But here's where things get complicated. Passion alone isn't enough to sustain this critical work. Many doulas enter the field because of a profound calling, like Gustine did after her unexpected introduction to birth work. But without business skills and sustainable practices, even the most dedicated birth workers struggle to serve their communities effectively. That's why comprehensive training programs now include business fundamentals alongside clinical skills. Organizations have recognized that to address the maternal health crisis long term, doulas need both the heart to serve and the tools to build sustainable practices. I spoke with a young doula who nearly abandoned her practice after a year. I was pouring everything into my clients, she explained. I was answering texts at 3 a.m., extending sessions without charging more, covering costs out of pocket. I was burning out fast. Then she connected with a business development program specifically for birth workers. They taught me how to value my work, how to set boundaries, how to create packages that served my clients while sustaining me. They helped me see that taking care of my business was part of taking care of my community. For around $1,350, less than many people spend on a new phone. These programs provide complete training that combines clinical expertise with entrepreneurial knowledge. They're creating a network of well prepared professionals who can make a lasting impact. Gustine herself has built a sustainable 11-year business from what began as an unexpected moment of service. She's become what she calls a one stop shop for families navigating pregnancy and birth, particularly in the Black community where such support can be hardest to find. But let's be clear about something. This isn't just a nice service for those who can afford it. This is about fundamental human dignity. This is about justice. This is about recognizing that every person deserves to bring life into this world with support, with respect, and with care that acknowledges their full humanity. The work of doulas like Gustine represents something revolutionary in a healthcare system that too often treats patients as problems to be solved rather than people to be served. Particularly for Black birthing people who face documented disparities in care and outcomes, having an advocate can make all the difference. When medical professionals dismiss concerns, as studies show, happens disproportionately with Black patients, doulas provide a crucial counterbalance. They help amplify voices that might otherwise go unheard. They ask questions that might otherwise go unasked. They insist on care that might otherwise be withheld. This isn't about luxury. This is about survival. And yet, there's something beautiful about the way this necessary work also enhances the experience of bringing new life into the world. Birth isn't just a medical event, it's a profound human transition. Having support that honors the emotional and spiritual dimensions of this journey transforms it from something to be endured into something to be embraced. Gusteen's clients don't just survive childbirth, they emerge empowered. They begin their parenting journey not from a place of trauma, but from a foundation of strength and confidence. The ripple effects of this support extend far beyond the delivery room. What's particularly striking about Gusteen's story is how an unexpected moment became a lifelong calling. None of us know when our purpose will find us. None of us can predict which seemingly random event will redirect the entire course of our lives. For Gusteen, it was that Halloween night when her grandchild decided to make an early entrance into the world. For others, it might be a chance encounter, an unexpected challenge, or a moment of crisis that reveals what we're truly capable of. The question isn't whether these moments will come, they will. The question is whether we'll recognize them when they do, whether we'll have the courage to step into the unexpected and allow it to transform us. So, where do we go from here? What is our collective responsibility in the face of this ongoing crisis? We stand at a crossroads. We can continue to accept a system that fails Black birthing people at catastrophic rates, or we can demand and create something better. This isn't someone else's problem to solve. This is on all of us, whether you're a healthcare provider, a policymaker, a community leader, or simply someone who believes in human dignity. You have a role to play. Support doula training programs in your community. Advocate for insurance coverage of doula services. Listen to Black birthing people when they share their experiences. Amplify their voices. Challenge the systems that perpetuate these disparities. And perhaps most importantly, recognize the revolutionary power of presence. In a world that increasingly values efficiency over connection, that prioritizes processes over people, simply being fully present for another human being during a critical moment is an act of radical love. Gusteen's journey reminds us that transformation often begins with a single unexpected moment of showing up, of saying yes when it would be easier to say no, of extending our hands when it would be safer to keep them at our sides. The birth of a more just and compassionate world begins the same way, with each of us choosing to be present, to bear witness, to act with courage when the moment calls. What will you do when your moment arrives? How will you respond when life delivers more than you expected? The answer to that question might just change everything.